from the soul, baby. I sing it from the soul.
What song your number one go-to song to sing? Cause I need to hear it.
All I could do was cry. Cause
Stop, Dank. For real, get out of here, Dank.
Damn. I closed my eyes for a second. You
Girl, I almost lift the nipple out. I ain't know about that.
Hold up. Why do they doubt the kid? I'm about to prove them all wrong again. I got a low tolerance, cause they don't even know what the problem is.
Today, I got a big one. The biggest. Thick shit. Rapper, influencer, you get what I'm saying? Reality TV star. You seen her on the Breakfast Club, Now That's TV. She's on the number one podcast in Detroit today with your boy. It's the one and only Dank Demoss.
What's up? I'm here.
What's up? I'm here. You know what I'm saying? So y'all are familiar with Dank. You know, we've been rocking with you. We've been seeing you all over the internet. But my goal today is to know who Deja is, right? We're gonna touch up on your career, your goals, rip the mask off so people can understand you more, and also show that you're aware of your own problems and issues, right? Tell me, what is a normal day in the life with Dank?
I'm very reserved. You know, I like to be at home. I collect books, so I do read books. I journal a lot. I like to cook. Yeah, I'm really like chill, laid back, like I'm peaceful, I'm easy. Yeah, but I really don't like to be around a lot of people. But it's crazy because of the career path that I chose, you know. But yeah, I'm chill, I'm laid back, normal.
All right. You seem like a very confident person. So is this a way that you always been?
Yeah, I've always been confident, you know, since like yay high, like my mom and dad. But first of all, I was always chubby, I was always big. So my mom and dad like instilled in me that like I'm beautiful, and you know, always told me I was beautiful, always told me I look good, fuck those people, stuff like that. So it started when I was young, it started there. And the confidence just grew. Like when I went to college, I found myself for real, you know. I started dressing different and shit like that. So yeah, I always been confident.
Yeah, because my next question was like, sometimes, you know, like learning something and unlearning something is two different things, right? Because oftentimes people say like, I had to unlearn it, right? But most of the time, you was never taught. For example, like a lot of people feel like they wasn't taught love, so they don't know how to love, right? So when it comes to self-love, it's the same for self-acceptance. Were you taught this yourself, or like at what point in your life did you start to love yourself?
I feel like now, you know, I feel like now is where I'm like loving myself, loving on me, you know. But I always feel like I loved myself, but like now I feel like I'm loving on me, if that makes sense.
So your confidence, you know, like it's a Detroit thing for us to walk and talk our shit. Like everybody in Detroit, it's just like a way of life. You get what I'm saying? So how was it like for you growing up in Detroit?
It was cool, you know. We was poor, but we didn't know. As kids, we didn't know because our parents like made sure we didn't know, you know. Like being an adult, looking back, like damn, my mama was really in the fucking kitchen, like starving. Like she fed us, but she was in that pot, like looking for more food for her to eat, you know. And me looking back as a kid, I'm like, oh, she probably ate already. But now I'm like, damn, my mama was hungry, you know. But I had a good childhood for the most part.
So you say that your dad passed away in college. Do you remember the day about finding out about his passing?
I do. I was in college and I was getting ready for a college party. I was doing my hair and shit. My mom called me. It was actually my very first college party that I agreed to go into. So yeah, my mom called me whatever, and then she was crying and shit. I'm just like, what the fuck going on? You know, I'm just like, what the fuck? She was like, come home. It's your daddy. It's your daddy. I'm like, what? She like, he had a seizure. He had a seizure. So I'm like, okay, why the fuck she calling me for him having a seizure? Because my dad had epilepsy, and I heard the urgency in her voice. So I didn't question it. Why the fuck she calling me? You know. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Fuck that party. The drive was 60 minutes. I went to University of Toledo, so I'm speeding. And when I get to the hospital, you've been to St. John before, right? Mm-hmm. So going to St. John and going there for like minor shit. I would sit in the emergency room and I see people like going at, you know, when you come in, you go to that door right there. Right. And I used to be like, why the fuck, every time somebody go in that door, they crying. When they come out, they crying. I didn't know that shit. So when I pulled up to the hospital, I walked in there and then they was like, you gotta go that way. So I was just like, okay. You know, so my friend that was with me, she sat on the fucking wall and just sat there and looked at me and just like, you know how when somebody sit on the wall and they just kind of like sit down to the floor? Mm-hmm. That's what she did. So I'm just like, what the fuck wrong with this bitch? So I just, you know, I walked in there or whatever. I see everybody crying. I'm just like, you know, I'm laughing, you know, because like a lot of times when like something is wrong with me, I laugh first, you know, I laugh. And my granddad comes to me and he like, I'm like, where my daddy at? I walk in and I where my daddy at? Man, I walked in that bitch. My granddad come up to me. He like, he gone, baby girl. He gone, baby girl. I said, huh? He gone. You know, man, I take that motherfucking hospital out on my phone. I was like, oh, hell no. I went in that motherfucking room. I seen my daddy there, man. Man, like I seen him. Shit, like. I ain't talked about this story in a minute, but anyway, I seen my dad or whatever, and he had shit in his mouth, a toe tag and shit. I'm just like, damn, like, what the fuck is going on? Like, my mama in there or whatever, and she just smacking him. She like, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. And I'm just like, I'm tripping. Like, there's just a lot of shit going on. I know a lot of people experienced that shit, but that shit was new to me. And now, like, looking back on that shit, I always be like, bro, like, motherfuckers walk around this bitch, like, they walk around in the world like, oh, that shit have never happened to me. That shit have never happened to me. I was that person. That shit happened to me. I will never forget that shit. Like, that's why I'm so, like, cautious of things and people and things I say to people. But yeah, that what happened. That happened.
I'm sorry to hear that. So
Thank
it
you.
seemed like it really affected you a lot.
Yeah, it did. Fucked me up. Still fucked up.
In what ways do you feel like it fucked you up? Elaborate a little more.
I don't. When it comes to like men, you know, like my dad was my protector. He was the only like man that I really like trusted with me and stuff like that. I be feeling like I need advice and stuff, you know, with shit that be going on. Or, you know, like, when I was growing up, he was that person that I go to and I run to with a teddy bear, and I be like, you know, they keep fucking with me. Be like, fuck those people, baby girl, you know. But, yeah, he was my protector, and sometimes I feel like I don't have that no more, you know, like, I don't know. Yeah, that's my dog. I was a daddy's girl, so.
Seemed like he was your safe space.
He was.
He accepted you for who you were all the time?
Hell yeah, that was his baby girl. He don't play about me. He don't play.
Let me ask you this question, right? You said it'd be hard to, you know, trust people. When it comes to dating, do you look for men like your dad, or do you have a certain type?
I'm very dominant. I am a very dominant alpha woman. So if I'm able to over-dominate you, it's not going to work, you know? So, I do. But my dad was a great guy. He was a great man. He was a beautiful person. But I do look for somebody like him, but better than him, you know, because he always say, you don't want nobody like me, you want somebody better than me. And I used to be like, what you mean? I want somebody just like you. He's like, hell no, you want somebody better than me, you know. But I do, but I need to feel secure. I need to feel like you got me as much as I got you. I need somebody that's more dominant and stern than me, somebody that could check me or like not necessarily put me in my place, but like if I'm doing too much, be like, hey, look, babe, you doing too much. You gotta somebody that I can listen to, I can trust, you know. But yeah.
In the Breakfast interview, the Breakfast Club interview, you said after your dad passed, you had picked up, I believe, 150 pounds. I did. Was this because of stress?
So when my dad died, I did everything that my dad did. Like, I got into the streets and I started hustling and I started making a lot of fucking money. And I was able to like take care of my mom and my brothers. So I was so focused, I wasn't grieving at the time. I was so focused on making sure they good that I didn't even get a chance to grieve. So I was trying to make sure both of my brothers graduated, you know, because my brother was 2016, he was graduating and he was going into college. So I was making sure they was good. I would send my brother like $200 every day, like literally, like, and I would make sure my youngest brother was good too. So anyways, I tried to sum things up. I tried to make sure everybody else was good, you know, and after everybody else was good, that's when it hit me, because it's like, okay, they good, you know, they don't kind of need me. They need me, but they don't kind of need me right now. So after that, that's when that shit hit me. And I feel like I started grieving at like late, to where it's like I'm still grieving a little bit. Like I got coping mechanisms, I got ways to like hide the shit, but I feel like I'm still grieving hard now. I started drinking real heavy. Like I started drinking and I started gaining weight. Yeah, I started gaining weight. Like I was damn near going on 300 pounds before my dad died. And I got all the way up to like 598. But like the crazy part is I've always been so confident and I've always been like on the go. I can do this shit by myself. I can do whatever. I don't need you to do shit for me. But at 598, I knew something was going on. I'm like, damn, because I don't even want to get up. I don't even want to, I'm asking my brother, can you get that for me? That's not me. And I don't want to take pictures. Like, so I went to the doctor and I got on the scale, said 598. I said, oh, hell no. I always told my mom, if I get to 600 pounds, I'm giving up. I was 598. I was only 2 pounds away from 600. So, yeah, I gained all that motherfucking weight, and I feel like I was grieving. I didn't even pay attention to the shit, but I'm here, you know.
You got up to 600 pounds, right? So damn near.
Yeah.
Well, damn near. 598 is dead.
That's 600.
That's it. That's on that. That's
big,
you know.
But I say that just to like help myself, you know.
Yeah.
So.
For sure. So, what's the most weight you ever lost since then?
Probably 100.
Okay.
You know, probably almost 100, like 88. I say, you know.
Bro, at 600 pounds, how the fuck do you feel? Like I just want to know, man.
At 600 pounds, I feel like, excuse me, I don't know. I was still doing shit, you know, but I was like more out of breath than I am now. But I was still like trying to do shit, like, cause I'm not a lazy big girl. Like, you know, I do shit, but that shit, like.
Was your dad a big guy? Like, where you feel like
he was a big guy, but he wasn't like big as me. He wasn't 600 pounds big, you know. He was big and tall, you know. Okay. He was a big, handsome, tall man. But yeah, that shit's crazy. 600
Cause people be like, you know, I got big cause my dad big. Like, oftentimes it's not. I don't believe that the weight is passed down. I believe that the eating habits is what passed down. You know what I'm saying? The yams and the chicken, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who do you feel like is accountable for that?
I don't know. Like, cause my parents was active. Like, my dad was a big nigga and he'd walk to the store, or he'd be like, come on, baby, you wanna walk to the store with me? And I'd be like, No, I don't feel like it right now. But I don't feel like it was like a genetic thing because my brothers are not big. I was always the biggest kid in the family. My parents were big, but I feel like it probably did start with the parents, you know, because my mama used to say, people would be like, oh, she getting too big, or oh, that's just baby fat. That's just baby fat. Baby fat turned into my life, you know. So she felt like if she would have started at a young age, or when she seen me getting big, then maybe, you know, I wouldn't have been that big. But I don't know though, because when I was 6 years old, I was always the thicker cousin. I wasn't obese, but I was thick. I had thighs. I had chest that looked like it was coming in. I was only 6 years old, you know, but I don't know.
Thick shit.
I was a thicky little baby, you know.
I feel like. How often, when you were younger, did you eat? Or was the refrigerator accessible to you?
Yeah, the refrigerator was accessible to me. I still am more of like a snacker, you know. I ate when my brothers ate, you know. But if they ain't want the rest of their shit, I was gonna eat that shit. I'm just being honest. I'm letting you know. You said be honest, shit. Look, no, for real. But if they ain't want their shit, I eat their shit, you know. So I can, you know, like that's just being honest. That's probably why I gained my weight and they didn't.
Yeah.
You know, but I wasn't overdoing the shit. You know, I did get food. You know, I know when I'm food. I also did cheerleading. You know, my parents, they kept me in some shit. They did that. But, yeah, the refrigerator they ain't had no lock on our shit. Like, we had our own little juice boxes and stuff like that, you know.
So how do you, now that we live in the age of social media where just the average Joe could just come on your page and insult you, do you read your comments?
I do sometimes.
How do they make you feel?
Because
of what?
Crazy. Why you looking like?
I'm asking you, said they can't say nothing to
No,
me.
look, like the comments, okay, whatever. Like I deal with that shit, you know. Like I have my moments, but I have my moments because I be like, damn, they don't even fucking know me, you know. But I'm good though. I got people that I can call, like, okay, this shit, they got me fucked up, you know. But for the most part, they don't bother me for real, you know, because they not in my face. They not gonna say that. Half the shit they say, they're not gonna say it to me.
Now you make me want to go to your comments and beat everybody's ass because they got you fucked up.
Hey, it is what it is.
It's a thin line between love and hate, right? Mm-hmm. And oftentimes when people try to tell me about things that I already know, it irks me, right? How do you deal with unsolicited criticism?
Like when people's like criticizing me about the obvious.
You know,
I take all advice into consideration. It depends on your delivery, the intent behind it, how you talking to me about it, you know. So I take whatever anybody say into consideration when it's, you know, the intent is good.
And you said that you only hang with family members in one of your interviews. Why you don't got no friends?
I don't know. Like I did. I don't know. Like I feel like as a young age, I wanted friends so bad, and I tried to find friends so bad to where it's like as an adult, I don't give a fuck to have a friend for real. You know. I got a couple best friends, but that's it. But I really don't care to have no friends for real.
Why was it hard for you meeting friends when you was young?
Because people like, you know, I'm the PH. I'm the fat girl. Yeah, I'm the fat girl of the group. Don't nobody want to hang with you, or oh, I don't want to invite her because she might slow us down, or just like with I love my grandparents. Please forgive me, please. I love them so much, but yeah, my granddad. Ooh, my grandparents. Take all the kids out and leave me at home. You know, that shit hurt me. Yeah, that shit hurt me really bad. Like, I just got over that shit like 2 years ago. You know, but I had to realize that that was them. It wasn't because of me. It was because of them. But they had told my parents, like, yeah, I don't think she'll be able to keep up with the kids or whatever, you know. So it was a few times they did that shit to me. That shit would hurt me. But yeah, I been home by myself, and my parents, they had tried to do whatever they could. You know, I was having fun or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really have friends. I don't care to have them. And then it's like all this shit going on now. It's like, who want to recruit new friends or new people? You know, you don't know their intentions, what they trying to do, what they on. So it's just whatever.
What? You don't, that is crazy.
Yeah, that shit happened. So now when I have my kids, we doing everything under the sun, okay? We're going to amusement parks. We doing shit for no reason. Like, we doing all that.
I did not know it was that steep.
Yeah,
To the point where people don't want to hang out with you.
Yeah, then, but now, you know, so now it's like, whatever, you know, I don't really care too. No, for real.
You do gotta explain this one though, bro. You definitely gotta explain this one.
What,
Alright, let's get to it. You said, you quoted.
What, man?
No, I was just saying, how the hell did you compare the LGBT community to the plus size community?
Because I feel like everybody like needs to be like accommodated, you know. You know, like they accommodate people for the bathrooms and shit like that. We walk into a restaurant, we gotta look at the chairs and shit like damn, okay, we can't sit and eat here. They ain't got no chairs for us type shit, you know. I wasn't necessarily like disrespecting the LGBT community because people don't know. I was gay as fuck for like all my life.
Damn.
I was gay as shit, like, but like I said, I wasn't disrespecting the LGBTQ queer. I wasn't doing that.
So listen, I seen you on a reality TV show with Deb, right?
Mm-hmm.
Waka Flocka Mama. And at the end of the show, she sent you home. Her reasoning for it was because of your health problems.
Mm-hmm.
How did that show affect you in your career?
I went on there thinking that I'm about to show the world that you can be big as fuck and still follow your dreams. But they switched the narrative on me. The narrative was the big girl rapper, the big rapping girl, you know, trying to be a rapper but really can't do things that she's supposed to do in order to become a rapper. And outside of camera, Deb will tell me all this good shit like, I love how you be out of breath, but when it's time to be Dank, you got it. But on camera, it was like, she's out of breath. And I was just like, damn, for real? You just told me. Okay, whatever. But,
like, bitch, I'm out of breath on the low. What the fuck you telling everybody for?
You know, like, she's out of breath. I was like, okay. But I feel like the show was a stepping, it was a stepping stone or whatever.
Did it help you in any way? People know
it helped me get like a little bit more like clout, but I already had that. But yeah, I feel like I'm still fighting to like. I feel like I'm still fighting to like actually get people to really like realize, hear me out and know who I am after that show. But yeah, because a lot of people be like, oh, she sent her home for her weight, and she's still like, that's whatever. It was their storyline, you know, whatever. I feel like I did what I had to do, but it is what it is.
So it did more harm than it did justice for your career or your mental? Like, what did it affect?
What did it affect? I feel like it affected it affected my narrative. You know, my narrative is not, I can't do shit. I'm overweight. I can't do shit. Me is, I'm overweight, but I'm doing this shit. I'm fighting. This is what I want to do. I know what I got to do. I'm gonna do whatever I got to do to get to where I want to be. You know, when I went on that show, that's what that was.
What's your narrative today?
My narrative today is to pop my shit and be who I am help others that's like me. I really want people like my size or bigger than me to like get up and, you know, go outside and to see like if, oh, she doing it, I can do it, you know. I like when people hit me up like, oh, you helped me, I wish I had your confidence and shit like that. When people say shit like that to me, I be like, you already got it, you know. But yeah.
Speaking of people that's always trying to change the narrative that doesn't know you, let's speak about the infamous Lyft situation. Where were you coming from that day?
I wasn't coming from nowhere. I was leaving out my house. I was on my way to my cousin's watch party, and I called me a Lyft like regularly, you know, and the car pulled up. I'm walking out, and he started looking. So I'm like, what the fuck this nigga on? Like, what he on? And when I tried to open the door, you know, he locked the doors, and I'm like, damn, you know, you gonna let me in? And he said, I can't let you in. Like, basically, you can't get in here. You overweight. You too big, you know. And I recorded that shit, you know, because I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I can't believe this shit is happening to me. You know, I wanted people to see how people like me is being treated. You know, I posted that shit, and at first, I didn't even know it was getting the attention that it was getting until one day I got on TikTok and I was doing my little regular TikTok shit, and I'm scrolling every post is dank. I'm like, what the fuck? You know, what the fuck is going on? I called my mom. I was like, Mom, you know, they talking about me crazy. You know, I feel like the reason that I really didn't notice it is because of who I am. I'm dank, and you know, I'm always popping, you know, but this time I was popping. It really started on TikTok. Then it went to my Instagram. I instantly got into like defense mode. But it wasn't, it's like a lot of people keep saying, oh, she did this for attention, you know, publicity stunt and shit like that. It was never that. You know, like, I'm very transparent with my life. I'm a vlogger. I vlog, you know. Like I said, I'm transparent. I'm really open, you know. I try to be a plus size advocate, you know, but me posting that was simply, damn, look how we being treated, you know.
Right. So when he actually didn't allow you to get in the Lyft and he drove off, how the hell did that make you feel?
I was shook for real, you know, like when I went back inside of my house, I sat on the stairs for a minute, you know, before I even called anybody. And I couldn't believe the shit, you know, like I didn't know that shit really happened for real, you know. I couldn't believe it, you know. I was hurt a little bit, you know. I was, but
you sat on your
like
stairs.
I said, yeah, I was stuck. I was like, damn, did that shit really happen? Like, I can't believe this shit, you know. And I wasn't even gonna post a video. I had sent it to my cousin, like, this is the reason why I'm late, like, or I'm not coming. And then he was like, shit, that's crazy, you know, post that shit, you know, that's crazy. People need to see that shit. So I posted it, and it went crazy, you know. And then that's when the people like, oh, you need to sue them, you can sue them, stuff like that. So for a minute, I was looking for a lawyer, and the lawyers that I reached out to sent me to the lawyers I have now, you know. So they're great lawyers, you know.
Wait, hold on, they're great lawyers.
Yeah,
I thought you lost your lawsuit.
I did it. That's the thing, you know. But I keep quiet, you know. Like it bothers me at home, but to the people, to whatever, it's like, okay, whatever. They'd be like,
you didn't lose your lawsuit?
No.
So the lawsuit is still going on?
It's still going on. No, I didn't lose it. Like, I'll be like, you know, my raps and shit, I'll be like, I don't take no L's. The only loss that I took that hurt me was my dad. That's the only L I ever took in my life. You know, I didn't lose anything. You know, it's still a pending case. It's still an open case. You know, yeah, that Lyft shit, it fucked me up for real. Like, the people that I love, they be like, don't let shit change who you are, you know. Because for a minute, it was changing me. I was angry, you know. But it's just something I gotta deal with now, you know, because it's out there. But yeah, like you said, people gonna always make their own narratives, make their own stories, paint pictures of who I am, and really don't fucking know me for real. But it is what it is. It happened. It's happening. Gotta deal with it.
Yeah, because they be saying she lost her lawsuit or she just trying to use this to get clout for her rap career. They don't even know that you've been rapping.
Yeah, I feel like I've been that girl. You know, I've been her. You know, like it's a lot now. You know, it's a lot more people now. You know, I gotta leave a house with security or leave a house with somebody with me now. You know, but yeah, this is whatever.
So your rap career, how's it going right now?
It's going good. It's going how it's been going. You know, it's going. I have a lot of new, bigger offers and stuff that I did before this. You know, but I feel like it's going good. It's going really well for me.
Do you have any celebrities or features that you would like to have in the future? Other female artists?
Yeah.
Who?
Like Erykah Badu.
Okay.
Lauryn Hill. I'm a old school, like I like old school people. I'm a dead rapper listener. You know, I listen to the dead people. You know, Tupac, Biggie, Eazy-E. I like Bone Thugs-n-Harmony. Yeah, I really don't know who. I want to do a song with Sexy Red. I want to do a song with her so bad. I love her. Yeah, I don't know right now.
That's what's up.
Whoever want to do a song with me, I'm gonna do a song with them. You know, if it matters.
And when it comes to your rap, right? What type of genre would you put it in? What are you rapping about?
I try not to be or sound like everybody else. You know, my raps is really like real. You know, what I'm going through or what people can relate to. You know, I'm an honest rapper. You know, I'm not about to rap about $1 million. I don't have $1 million. You know, so and when you rap like that, you get writer's block a lot.
Yeah,
you know,
sure.
because like you want everything to be authentic. So I'm like more of a real rapper.
So this all your peas in one basket, or what's something else that you good at other than rapping?
I'm good at being silent. I'm good at ignoring people. I'm good at cooking. I cook really well. What else? Oh, I sing really good. I'm a really good singer. I sing.
Don't say Dank. You know your brother, bro. Don't tell me you can sing.
I can.
What you can sing? What's your favorite song to sing, Dank? Cause I love me some vocals. You know, I used to be in the choir. I used to drink hot tea every morning.
Okay.
Just different. That's just a little bit. Yeah. I sing from my diaphragm though.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. What about you? Where you sing from?
I sing from the soul, baby. I sing from the soul.
What song your number one go-to song to sing? Cause I need to hear it.
Somebody be like, sing for me.
That's me as hell. It's gonna make me hot.
Church bells or some shit. What is it? It's an Etta James song.
Okay, let me hear it real quick. Hold on.
Man, you just put me on the spot like that. All right, then. Don't look at me though.
I'm not gonna look.
Y'all ready? Okay. Have heard church bells ringing. Have heard a choir singing. So my love walked down the aisle on her finger. He placed the ring. Whoa, 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 I saw them holding hands. She was standing there with my man. I heard the promise till death do us part. Each word some pain in my heart. Whoa, all I could do was cry. All I could do was cry. 'Cause
Stop, Dank. For real, get out of here, Dank.
Damn, I closed my eyes for a second. You
Girl, I
damn
almost lift the nipple out. I ain't know about
damn.
girl.
I should have kept my eyes closed. God damn.
My bad. Damn.
Damn.
Well,
We about to
prove
get to
me wrong
the
then.
good part. Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah,
You got all kind of talent.
I can sing. Yeah.
What? Everybody go ahead and give a clap. Everybody get around the front.
Thank you.
Wow. If you want to leave a listen, oh my God. Leave a message for your viewers real quick. What's the last message you want to leave out for Deja?
I feel like I act accordingly, I take accountability, I know where I am, I know where I want to be, I know what I got to change about myself, I wouldn't change my heart, but I would change like a few things. I just wouldn't change my heart, my spirit, my soul, and I feel like if people spread it like more love, it wouldn't be so much hate in the world, and I'm a loving person. I'm calm, I'm easy. I'm not like easy or you can fuck me easy, but I'm easy to talk to.
I thought, my bad.
No.
All right, my bad. I'm fucking up.
I'm not easy. I can fuck her easy, but I'm easy like, oh, she really sweet, so when you see me and I got this resting bitch face, I'm not like, don't talk to me. That's just my face, But I love everybody, Even the people that don't love me, Eventually you will get to love me. But Big Dank signing out. Yeah, that's me.
Even the people who don't love you, you love them. See, that's what people got to understand. That's how I was raised,
I love
you know what I'm saying? Because people don't know how to accept love. They do not know how to accept love. When I often tell people I love them, they be looking at me like, why? Mm-hmm. You ain't even do nothing to deserve this shit. This is how I rock. I go around loving everybody. I'm not even no fiver. I'm a hugger. I even hug my homeboys. Mm-hmm. When last time you got a hug, Dank?
You and him?
Oh! I forgot.
Yeah, I get hugs all the time.
Yeah.
All right, okay, hold on. I know we about to end this, but that's another thing. I try to be affectionate, but I'm not an affectionate person because I really, I got it from my dad, but we really didn't get it from my mom. My mom stayed hard on me, so I'm learning how to be affectionate, Mm-hmm. I am a hugger, so, yeah. I'm learning. I'm nice.
Sometimes learning something and unlearning something for the first time are two separate things. People be like, I had to unlearn it. No, you didn't, bro. You didn't have to unlearn it. You learned it for the first time. Some people don't know how to love or know how to show affection because they was never taught love and affection. You get what I'm saying? So the same goes for self-love, self-awareness, self-acceptance. Just learn how to be yourself, love yourself, and love others, and the world to be a better place. It's your boy Eastside Ivo. This is the #1 podcast, and we just wrapped up with Dank Demoss. Peace out.